Hello, and welcome to our video webinar designed to support the school annual yearbook program. In this video, we will be focusing on the functions that relate to building activity or candid pages. Specifically, we will be reviewing page bleeds and margins, the toolbar, design functions, templates, click and go templates, custom templates, and themes. So, let's get started. Topic 1. Before we get started creating pages, let's take a moment and talk about bleeds and margins. The red line you see here is the bleed line. Any and all backgrounds should extend past this line. The reason for this is, as we trim your pages, we want to avoid a white line going across the top, bottom, or side of your page. Like in the example here. The red line also represents the trim line as well. Please note there is a 1/8 inch plus or minus margin when trimming. This can be from how sharp the blade is, how the paper was placed, the cutting, or the paper itself. Anything in this area, or past the red line, runs the risk of being trimmed. This includes images. Here you can see this trim line here in the PDF preview. You can also see these images run the risk of being trimmed. This is something you will need to watch, as some parents may not like the fact their child image was trimmed that much. The area between the red and blue line is what we call no man's land. This is because any image between these two lines run the risk of being trimmed. The blue box represents the safe area for you to use. Here you will not have to worry about images being trimmed. Let's take a look at an image and visually see where it would be trimmed. The red line shows where the image could be trimmed, and the PDF preview will also show the trim line as well. Here you can see the top of the image will be cut away and the side as well. And here you can see these images inside the blue box on the page are safe from being trimmed. Topic 2. We will now talk about the toolbar and tabs basic functions. Please note, some functions have their own toolbar, and we will be explaining these as we go. We will be skipping over something as they are relevant to other aspects we will be talking about in this video. Starting at the top in the upper left-hand corner with File. After clicking on the word File, you will see a few options here. From here, you can save your pages by clicking on the word Save. There is also an icon located here. You can click this to save your pages as well. Please use whichever one is more comfortable for you. Next two saves we will talk about later in the video, so we can skip these for now. The next thing we will talk about is View PDF. By clicking this, it will open your pages in a PDF, and you can view that they will look like and see the trim lines. There is also an icon for this as well. The icon is located here and looks like a printer. Please remember to save your page before clicking on it. Next is Edit. The first two you will see is Undo and Redo. This will obviously let you undo the last move or redo the last move on the page. There are also icons for these two functions located here. We will talk about Change Background later in the video. You can also click on Spelling and fix any misspelled words. We also have an icon for this as well located here. Please note, our spell check system is not the most robust. It may indicate a name is spelled incorrectly even if it is spelled right. This is common with most last names and some first names. It also does not understand homophones like the three theirs or tus. So, you will have to check to see if you used the correct spelling of words. Next is View. Under this tab, there are only two options you might need to concern yourself with. At the bottom, you will see a check mark next to Facing Pages. This means we are currently seeing both pages. Under it is Single Page. If we click it, we would only see one page. So, why is this option important? If you have a staff member, say, assigned page 18, the other staff member assigned to page 19, there is an issue they will run into. And it is whoever saves first takes ownership of the pages. This means one of the staff members will not be able to save their work and will have to save their page as a template. To prevent this from happening, have both staff members need to click on View and then click on Single Page. They will switch to a single page view, and this will prevent them from running into a save error conflict. Finally, there is Arrange. The functions under this tab will be found on Toolbars and Other Functions. We will point out these functions a few times during this video. We will start by talking about lock and unlock. This will allow you to lock elements into place. This is really helpful when you start to stack elements and do not want to move the element it is placed. Next is group and ungroup. This allows you to group elements together. Next is the alignment. This allows you to align images to the middle, right, left, top, bottom, and center. Finally, there is arrange. As you place images or other elements on the page, you are essentially stacking these on top of each other. This function allows you move an image or element to the front of all the elements or to the back of all of the elements. This also allows you to move images or elements backwards or forwards layer by layer. On this other side of this toolbar, you will see the current page you are on and the current zoom. Please note the zoom might be different based on your monitor. Next, let's talk about the ruler and guidelines. The ruler is located at the top and left side of the double page spread. These lines are used to help you line up images. Here we can see a horizontal line on the page. This line can help make sure no images go past that line. Use the guidelines. Simply place your cursor on top of the ruler. You will notice it goes from a single arrow to a four-way arrow. If you click and hold on the ruler and then slide the cursor down or to the right, depending on if you got it from the top or left, it will bring a horizontal or vertical line. Once you are done, you can remove these lines if you wish. Just click on View and then go to Grids and Guides. Then go to Clear Guides and then click on Clear All Guides. Please note these lines will not print, so in reality there is no real need to clear them off the page unless it is just visually too crowded for you. Now let's talk about the toolbar on the left. Then we will show you how to put photo boxes, shapes, and text on the page. Here on the left, you will see different tabs. First is Pages. Clicking on this tab, you can see all your pages in the book. From here, you can click on any page to work on it. This will save you from having to go to the page ladder and then clicking on a page. Next is Designs. Here you will be able to select different pre-made templates that you can use throughout your book. We will come back to this later in the video. Next is Images. Here is where you will find the images and portraits that were uploaded. Next is Art. Here you will find image frames, clip art, and shapes. Later in this video, we will show you different ways you can use these in your book. We will also show you how to place images inside the image frame. Next is Text. Here you can find the different text styles you can use to make text boxes on the pages. Next is the Flow tab. We have covered this tab in a previous video. And then finally, there is History. We will be one of the last things we will talk about in the video. Now, let's delve deeper into Art and Text. Now, let's go back to the Art tab and then click on Image Frame. In this tab, we are only going to talk about image frames, clip art, shapes. Now, let's start with image frames. Click on Image Frames, and you will see you have different shape image frames you can click and hold and drag to the page. You can use these to design pages for your candid images. These image frames are meant for you to drag and drop an image into them. Please note, some images might not go into the frame. You can visually see this because it will have a red or purple background. Images that fit inside of the box will have a green background. One common issue some advisors run into: sometimes they drop an image onto an image frame and it did not go in. Instead, the image now rests on top of the image frame. Now let's click on the image frame on the page. If you look right here, you will see a toolbar open at the top of the double page spread. Starting on the left, you can see a box with a red line through it. This is the color option for a border around the image frame. By picking a color, it will automatically place a border around the image frame. Here you can see a box with a black line in it, and next to it a box with the number 0 in it. This is to add a border and adjust the thickness of the border. Please note, when you change the coloring for the border, it will turn the 0 to a 1. If you want to remove the border, simply click on the down arrow and then selecting 0. We have found that 3 to 4 on the border is visually the most appealing. Next, there is an icon that looks like a magic wand. If you click on this, and you can see a few options. First, you can round the corners on rectangles, but only rectangles. You can also change the transparency and tint of the image frame. You can click on Drop Shadow and Glow, and here you can make a drop shadow. You can change the distance, degree, opacity, and blur. You can also add a glow. This glow will add coloring all around the image frame. Next is shapes. The only difference between these and image frames is that you cannot drop images on these. The Shapes toolbar also has the same options as image frames. Shapes are great for breaking up a page, or they can be placed behind an image to act like a background. Now let's talk about clip art. If you click on clip art, you might see 4 different categories to select from. Real quick, if you have selected one of our covers, then all of your backgrounds and clip art will be under By Cover. Just click the arrow pointing to By Cover and the scroll down to find your cover. The whole library of clip art is free for you to use in your book. You are not limited in any way. If you find one you want to use, simply click and hold the image and then drag it to the page and then let go. You can resize it as you wish. If you do resize it, we recommend that you use the yellow boxes in the 4 corners. Using the yellow boxes at the top, bottom, left, and right will stretch the frame and the image, thus making the image larger than the frame. You can add a border around the clip art as well as in a drop shadow. Now, you might have noticed there is another button you can click on in this toolbar. This button here is called Snap Edit. This will let you change some elements of this clip art. We are going to click on Snap Edit, and it will bring up the Snap Edit screen. Here you will see several different options to select. First, you can click on the box next to B and W. This will turn the image to a black and white image. Next is Sepia. This will turn an image or clip art to an old-timey photo. Overlay and Colorize will allow you to change the coloring of the clip art. This might not work on all clip art, so you might have to play around with these options. The last 3 are Brightness, Contrast, and Saturation. These just change the overall look of the clip art. There are additional options we will talk more about later. Please note, when you are done you can click on Save for the effects to take hold. This in no way will save over the original clip art or image. It will simply save it as a duplicate. Let's talk about text. Click on the Text tab to view all of the styles. Here you can pick a style like headline, and then click and hold and drag it to the page. This now places a text box on the page. You can resize the box to fit the area you need or to accommodate the amount of text you are going to write. When selected, you will see a toolbar at the top of the double page spread. Starting on the left side, you will see a box displaying the current font being used. In this case, it is AYT Foundation Sans. You can click on this box and change the font before you start typing. Please make sure you only select the text box. If you see a blinking cursor inside the box, then it will change the font from that point on. Moving to the right, here you can change the font size, and here you can change the font coloring. When changing the font coloring, please make sure it does not blend too much into the background, making it hard to read. You can also make the letters bold, italic, and add an underline. The text can also be aligned to the left, middle, or right. Here, spacing lets you adjust how much space there is between the lines of text. And then there is a magic wand. This will let you just change the transparency. Format and Effects will also let you add a drop shadow or place a glow around it as well. You can extend or continue the text box. There is a small box on the right side here with an arrow in the middle. If you click and hold, and then drag it to where you want, this will allow you to continue the text to another spot in the book. So, as you are done typing in the first text box, the text to start in the next text box. Topic 3. Next we will talk about placing templates on pages, as well as how to save pages as a template. First, to find our ready-made templates, click on Designs here on the left. Click on the drop-down menu from here, and you will see sections with arrows pointing to them. By clicking on the arrows, you can see the subcategories under these sections. Let's click the arrow pointing to the section called Page Surfer. Here you will see the subcategories for the section Page Surfer. Let's click on Candids and take a look at a few of these templates. Here you will see these are set up as a double page spread. Please note, just because you used one does not mean you have to use the corresponding one next to it. Please feel free to mix and match these templates. To get these templates on the page, simply click and hold one and drag it on the page. Here we will drag one to the left page. You will get a pop-up asking if you want to retain existing content. This is content such as images, backgrounds, text boxes, or clip art on the page. Now, because there was nothing on the left page, you can click on either no or yes. Now, let's drag the other template and place it on the right page, which does contain a background. Remember, it is simply click and hold and then drag it to the page. Once again, you will get a pop-up asking if you want to retain existing content. Now, here is where click no or yes really matters. By clicking no, everything on the right page will be removed. As you can see, there is no longer a background on the right page. Now, let's reset everything, and this time we will click on yes. By clicking yes, the background and other elements on the page will be retained. Clicking no is something you might want to do if you want to clear everything off in favor of the new template. Now, let's talk about saving and using a custom-made template on different pages. So, here we made some candid page that we want to use on other pages. To save this as a template, simply click on File and then click on the word Save as Template. You will get a pop-up asking you to enter a name for your template. Name it anything you want. It will help to name it so you know what it is for. Next, indicate if you only want to save the right page, left page, or both pages. In this case, we will save both pages. Click on the blue Save button when you are done. Your template is now saved, and then go to the next page. On this page, we will show you how to access the Save template and place it on the page. Let's click on Designs, and then click the arrow pointing to the word Custom. From here, click on My Templates. Here you will see all templates you have saved. You can click and hold the one we saved and drag it to the page. You can drop this template on as many pages as needed. Now let's talk about Click and Go. Click on Designs, and then click on the arrow pointing to Click and Go. These are Click and Go. They are small pre-made elements that can be placed anywhere in the book. Now, let's check out a few. Here we pulled over a few from cover to cover, headline, and infographic just to show you a small sample. When you first click on them, you will notice a dotted line around them. This is because all Click and Go templates are grouped together. So with the template selected, you can click on Arrange and then click on the word Ungroup. This will ungroup the template, and you can see this because there are yellow boxes around all the elements that made the Click and Go. You can now work on it and edit any text and add any images to the image frame. You can also click on the template and then click on this icon on the right side of the toolbar that opens up at the top of the double-page spread. Here you can click this, and it will also ungroup the template. After making your edits, we would advise that you group everything back again. This will make it easier to move and keep the overall design consistent. Also, while working in your book, sometimes it is easy to accidentally move something. To save a custom Click and Go, it is just like saving a template. Select all the elements you are using in the custom Click and Go, and then click on Arrange, and then click on Group. Once they are grouped, click on the word File, and then click on the word Save as Click and Go. You will get a pop-up to just name the template. There is no need to select a page, as this is not meant to be a full-page template. Give it a name, and then click on the blue Save button. This Click and Go can be found under Custom, and then under My Click and Go. Here you can click and hold and drag it to as many pages as needed. Topic 4. Now let's talk about placing backgrounds on the page. There are two ways of placing backgrounds on a page. Let's talk about the easiest. Click on the Art tab, and then click on the Clip Art tab. Click on the drop-down menu, then click on the arrow pointed to the By Cover. From here we can scroll down until we find our cover. We are going here for this demonstration. From here, you can see different options for backgrounds. We will click and hold one and drag it to the page. Once over the page, you can let go, and it will snap to the background. As you can see, we cannot select it. Please note this only works with the Jostens designed backgrounds. Also, some background designs might look like they can be used, but unfortunately they cannot. This is because they were not sized as a background. We will show you how to place other backgrounds on the page later in the video. You can drop a different background on the page if you want to change it. If you need to completely remove the background, click on the word Edit, and then click on the word Change Background. Here you will get a Change Background pop-up. So, to remove the background completely, click on the left or right page tab at the top. You can see which page is selected because the tab will be gray color. Once the page is selected, go to the bottom and click the blue Remove Background button. Now let's talk about the other way of placing backgrounds on the page. Start by clicking on the word Edit and then click on Change Background. Here you will see the Change Background pop-up appear. Let's take a minute to talk about this screen. The two tabs at the top will let you pick the left or right page. The Current Page tab will have a light gray background on the tab. Next is the background color. Here you can select just a solid color to be your background. Next, the blue button here is Choose Image. Under that is Flip and Rotate. This will allow you to flip or rotate the background to get a different look to it. Next is the crop icon. Here you can crop the background so you can focus on certain section of a background. This option can also be used when you place a clip art on the page. We will show you this in a bit. Next is Tint. Some backgrounds or solid colors might be a bit too bright and are a distraction from what is on the page. This will let you lighten up the background to help make the images and clip art more visible or stand out more. And if you ever need to remove the background, you can click on Remove Background. Now let's go back to the top of Choose Background and click on Choose Image. A screen will pop up called Select Background Image. From here, click on the drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner. Here you will see Activity, All Backgrounds, and Clip Art. To get to your custom backgrounds, click on the arrow pointing to the word Activity. Real quick, this arrow is a little finicky, and you will have to make sure your mouse cursor is on the arrow when you click on it. From here, just select the folder that has your custom backgrounds in it. Helpful tip: before uploading your backgrounds, make a folder called Backgrounds and then upload to that. It will make finding them much easier. Please note, there are some Justin's-made designs you will have to use this method for. Once you find your background, you can click on it, and then click on the blue Select button in the bottom right-hand corner. If you ever see an image with a red box around it, this means the image does not meet the requirements to be a background. This could be an aspect issue. Once you click on Select, the image will be on the background. The Change Background screen will stay open for you to make any changes you need. Let's talk about clip art. It may seem odd that we are talking about clip art and background at the same time, but we will get to that. To find one on the page, we choose Academics under by category. Simply click and hold one and drag it to the page and let go. Here on the page, you can resize the image using the yellow box in the four corners. Please do not use the yellow boxes on top, bottom, left, or right. We will show you why. Here you can see if you use one of them, it will make the clip art larger than the image frame that it is in. And the only way to fix this is to delete it and bring over a new one. Please note, with deleting an image or clip art, you will first delete the image and it will leave behind the image frame. You can delete that too if you wish. When the clip art is selected, there is a toolbar at the top of the page. There is one icon we have not talked about, and that is Snap Edit. So let's click on it. Here you can do many different things to this clip art. You can change the image to black and white, sepia. You can change the overlay, colorize, and adjust the brightness, contrast, and saturation. Let's go back and talk about overlay. For some images, you can click on this and change the coloring of the clip art. When you click on it, you will see a color box at the bottom of overlay. Here you can click on it and select a color. The slider next to it will adjust the intensity of the color. Colorize kind of does the same thing, but you might get a better look using overlay. When you click on Save, it will save a copy of the clip art and will not save over the original. Now, some of the clip art can be used as backgrounds. Here we are in our Select Background Image screen. As you scroll down, any clip art without a red border can be used as a background. Just select a clip art and then click on Select. Here, you can see a clip art is now a background. Remember the crop icon? Here we can use this feature to add a little style to the page. Click on the crop icon, and it will isolate the image from the image frame, allowing you to move it around in the frame. Once you have moved it to the spot you want, click on the side in the dark gray area. This will get you out of the crop screen. So, using the clip art as a background just gives you another design choice. Topic 5. Now let's talk about formatting photos and text. Here on the right page, you can see two images that have been altered within the program. The top images has a black and white background, while the bottom image had the background removed. This can be done in Snap Edit. We will show you how to do this here in a bit. Real quick, let's zoom in here to the text box. If you notice, we added an outline to the letters. This can be done by clicking the color icon here. By default, text fill is always selected first. Here on the right, you will see text stroke. If you click here, you can add an outline to your text. A helpful tip, you might want to add this to larger text. As you can see here, it makes the smaller text a little harder to read. There are 3 things we are going to talk about images. The first is how to crop an image so you can focus on person or particular activity in the photo. To do this, double-click on the image. This will isolate the image frame and allow you to expand the image. Please note the program will not let you expand the image beyond its maximum size. You can click and hold on the yellow boxes in the 4 corners and expand the image. Once you reach your desired look, simply click anywhere outside of the image. Then you can see the image has been cropped. Let's talk about the 2 images here on the right. This effect can be done using a feature in Snap Edit. Here on the left, you will see the original image. You will see on the right we made everything in the background black and white. This effect focuses more on the students while minimizing the background, making it less distracting. To do this, simply click on the image and then click on the Snap Edit icon here in the toolbar. Now, here on the right, you will see 2 tabs. The first one is called Filters, and the next one is called Mask. Let's click on Mask. At the top, you will see Enable Mask. This will be checked once we start placing a mask on the image. Next is Smart Eraser and Eraser. We recommend just using Eraser. Next to them is Uneraser. This will let you return anything that has been masked over. Here you can see there was a slip of the brush, and some of the image was removed. If we click on Uneraser, we can bring that portion of the image back. This is because all we are doing is removing a mask over the image and not editing the actual image. Next is Brush Size. This allows you to adjust how large the brush area is. The tolerance we suggest to leave as is. Under that, we have 2 options for a mask. The first one is transparent, the second one is black and white. This will let you remove something like the background from an image. You can adjust the brush size to get into the smaller areas. Once you are done, you can click on the blue Save icon. This will save a duplicate image, leaving the original image unchanged. Finally, you can click this button here called Invert Mask. This will let you reverse the effect on the image. Here on this image, if we click it, you can see the students are now in black and white while the background is now in color. Now, here are just a few things you can do with an image that has the background removed. First, we can place a clip art behind an image. Here we found one and then placed it over the image. Then we went to Arrange and moved the clip art to the back. From there, we can move it into position and adjust it to the size we want it. The other thing you can do is bring the original image on the page and size it to the one with the removed background. Then send the original to the background. Move it into position and then move the one with removed background over the original, then move it to a slight angle. This will give it an almost 3D look. Then we can take it a step further and then click on Duplicate a few times, and now we get this look. We highly encourage you to play around and try new things within the book. You might be surprised with how many different looks you might get. Topic 6. So, the last thing we are going to talk about is history. This History tab is located here on the left side on this bar. Let's click it and then start at the top. Here you can see the page number. Currently, it is showing the history for this page. Every time you, or your staff, click on Save, it records a snapshot of that page and all of the elements on the page. Helpful tip for the advisors, it also records the person, date, time, and action taken on the page. So if there is something different about the page, you can see who it was that last altered the page. When it does save the page, it can be found here under Today. This will show every time you have saved this page today. Yesterday, obviously, will show all the saves from the previous day. This week will show all the saves from the current week. And then last week will show from the previous week. Older versions will show you each and every save you have made on the page. This will also take you back to when the page was blank. Next to the page, you will see the date and time that page was saved. You will also see the word history with an underline. Let's click on that and show you the page history. Here you will see just about everything that was done to this page. This is helpful for the advisors so they can see who was the last person to work on the page, should there be any issues. If you need to return a page from a previous save, just click and hold on the page, and then drag it to the corresponding page. Then you can let go, and the page from your history will take over. We would like to thank you for joining us. These demonstrations of the functions related to the creation of activity page may help when it comes time to build your yearbook. Using the templates already in the program and building your own templates should save you some time and give your book some continuity. Please join us for the next video on the final steps of the yearbook building process. We highly suggest watching this video as it will talk about how to find errors and submit your pages for printing. Thank you for watching and have a great school year.